If that's the arm I wanted to attack, I will put this arm on top of his wrist. I'll try to move it a little bit to the middle. Okay, my second arm will go around to his elbow and I will hook it. After I hook it, I'll try to move it to the side a little bit. Okay, now from here, this leg will still control his back, while this leg will go on his hip, and now I will move it to his shoulder. So this will prevent him from pulling the elbow out. Okay, now from here I will use this leg to get under the shoulder, and I will move it while push him there while I turn myself here. Okay, I want to turn till I get perfect 90 degrees. Okay, and from here this leg will go out. I will shave his head with it very close, put it on top of his head, and now I will turn both of my heels that directions to the head. Okay, and now from here I'm holding and I use my heels to send them to the ground, and that's I put him to the back and I have a perfect armbar. Okay, okay, so now let's change the angle. Okay, so I'll take this arm, I'll put on top of his wrist, my second arm will go around, I'll grab the elbow, I'll push him to the, pull him to the side, like in the middle, more to that side. Okay, now this leg will go on his hip, and I will pinch into his shoulder, while this leg will go under the shoulder, not there, not very far, not here, I'll go under the shoulder, and I will use my leg to push him that direction while I will turn myself this direction. Okay, so now we have a perfect 90 degrees, his spine and my spine, and this leg will go over his head, but I'll try to keep it as close as possible. Boom, boom, I'll put on top of his head, and now both of my heels will turn that direction. Okay, if you look at his head, while if my legs are like this, his head is chilling, but as soon as I turn my heels, I get his control over his head. Okay, and now I'm still holding his arm, and I'll push my heels to the ground, and that will take him to the ground, and now I have armbar. Okay, now let's change the angle to the other side. Okay, I will grab the arm, this arm will go on top, this arm will go behind the elbow, and I'll hook it as far as I can, and I will pull it right to the middle of me. Okay, now this leg will still control him, while this leg I will open up and I'll put it on his hip, and now this knee will pinch his shoulder. Okay, now from here this leg will go up, I'll go under his shoulder, and I will push him to that direction with this leg while I'll turn myself to 90 degrees here. Okay, now this leg will go around his head, and I'll put it on top of his head, and now both of my heels I'll turn this direction. Okay, on top of his head, and now I will just push my heels to the ground. By this I put him on the ground, and I am ready to finish my armbar. Okay, now one little trick for people whose hips are not that flexible, maybe older or lazy, it's all good. So I will, again, this arm will go here, this arm will go here, I'll get my leg on his hip, I'll get my elbow to his shoulder, I'll get this under his shoulder, this leg, boom. And now if I cannot throw this leg right away over, I can always add an extra step. So I will use this leg to put it a little bit higher on his head, and this leg I first can put on the ground. Okay, so this is just extra step you can do, and he's kind of comfortable on top of my leg, and I will clear this leg out, and now I get this on top. Okay, so it's takes a little bit extra time but less movement to complete, and I push the leg down. Okay, now let's do this one again under different angle. I'll get this, I get this, boom, I'll get my leg to the shoulder, this go here, this go under the shoulder, I'll turn, and now if I cannot throw this leg over the head right away, or maybe I just don't want to, I'll just put my leg on the ground. But I make sure that this heel pushes his down. So now he's resting comfortable on my leg. All I have to do is just clear my leg out and I put on top. Okay? And I push him down and finish my armbar. Okay?